trails again, out here in West Michigan, and this is like free of the Epstein, 3.5 million filed on all of humanity, and it's really interesting watching what's unfolding here and what's happening, and it can be a bit nerve-wracking. And I want to come here and talk to the star seeds, the light workers. I want to talk to the chosen ones, the chosen elect. I want to talk to those who feel called, those who have felt your whole life you had some sort of calling and you didn't really know what it was, and now it's like starting to really become apparent that something's going down here, and we don't really know what it is, but some of us are starting to remember. And these entities, these beings, these things that, if you're a Christian, you call them a demon. If you these evil spirits, they're not liking that, and there's some stuff going down. And I know in these times it can be really hard to know what to trust, who to trust. We have, AI generated this and that. Everything seems to be AI anymore. We seem to not have a grasp on. You could be watching TV one day or 1 minute and think that you know who you're watching, and come to find out the whole thing was not who you thought it was. You could be in a relationship with somebody who you think you know who they are, and they might not be anyone who you think you are, especially if you are chosen one. And maybe you're just finding this out. And I want to talk to you, the chosen ones out here. Because this whole thing is an illusion. And I believe our job here, like our mission in life, is to remember who we are, and then to help humanity remember who they are by learning to sync with the earth in its vibration. And that's what this whole thing is. It's learning how to become whole again. And so I want to kind of help with that path a little bit, because I think it's really hard to know, to navigate through all this, like who to trust, who not to trust, and I want to talk to you like, what happened in my journey when I started going through all this is I had to learn real quick. One of the hardest things for me, and this is going to be really hard, and of course you got to check this with your soul, not me. Don't ever go by just what somebody says. But if you feel this, then you'll kind of know I'm talking to you. I had to put the Bible down for a little while. I love the Bible. I actually used to be an ordained pastor for a while. I did weddings. I did, I love God. And so for me, it's always been really hard for me, because so many people, Christians, they all tend to act like they know all the Bible. And then here I am over here, and I acting like I know the Bible, but I read the Bible a lot. And so for me to put the Bible down for a while was really hard. For 2 months, I couldn't read the Bible. And I wanted to, but I just knew that my soul was saying nope. And I'm a reader. I like to read. And all of a sudden, I stopped wanting to read. And this could be really, we're taught, leaders are readers, and we're taught to read the Bible if you want to be a good person, and we're taught all these things that we're supposed to do. And I want to encourage you to something. You know your answers. No one else does. Your soul knows what you need. And here's your best Bible. Get in nature. This is your best Bible. The veil is thin right now, guys. And these entities and these beings, they're coming out, and they're terrifying people, and people don't know what they're facing. They don't know what they're facing, and the truth is a lie, and the lie is a truth. This Epstein guy is a lot more than we ever thought he was, guys. This Epstein guy was way more notorious than we ever thought he was. There's so much more, and here's the thing. You're going to find out there's a lot of stuff that's just crazy, crazy, crazy things, and a lot of humanity still not going to really, they're going to be shocked, but they're not going to change yet. These solar flares, these downloads that we're getting, these dormant DNA that we're starting to get, these beings, they know their time's up. And so what's going on is a battle of truth. And I call it a frequency war. There's a frequency war happening, and it's over our souls. And there's a split in this earth happening right now. It's over our souls. Who are you? What side are you on? Are you on the light or the darkness? That's what this whole thing's about. And so many things that you thought were light were dark. And if you can just go in the Bible, it's like this is all like been predicted and prophesied. This is shouldn't be anything that we've never thought about. I mean, do we not believe that when the Bible said that the enemy is he's the god of this world and he's the father of all lies and he's the one that's been running the show? Did we really not believe that? That's not really happening. The Bible is just something we do to make ourselves look good. Church is just something that gives us social standing, right? I'm talking to the people that really believe in this stuff. Like, you really read the Bible not because you want anything more than the truth. That's it. That's the only reason you read it. You don't read it so you can put a little selfie on Facebook and you can make yourself look good. You read it because you're interested in what's in that Bible. And maybe you're interested in other texts, in ancient texts, and you're the digger. You're wanting to remember who you are. And that right there is what's going to change this world, because humanity is going to need people doing exactly that, remembering who the fuck they are. Remembering who they are. And there's so many people walking around here acting like you know who you are, acting like you. The more I know who I am, the less I know who I am. You understand? Like, I don't go around like, hey, I know who I am. Man, the more I dig in, the more I realize, like, I don't have a freaking clue. This place is a Wally world here. This Earth place is badass, kind of. And we've been plopped right in the middle of this opportunity to help humanity have a better vibration. To me, this makes more sense than what they had been feeding me all up to this point. Doesn't it make sense more? Doesn't it make sense that this battle, we've always felt like there's a battle and now we're in it and it's like unfolding right in front of us and you're part of it and you just thought you were sitting on the couch just eating potato chips and being depressed for no reason? No, man, your soul knew that you were coming for this time. It is coming for this time. So here's what us light workers need to do. We need to vibrate. Instead of thinking worst case scenarios, we need to start thinking best case scenarios all the time, because we are the creators of this new environment. This world is depending on us to have an outlook. Instead of thinking worst case scenarios, having best case scenarios. We should look at people. Here's a big one, guys. There's this one guy that, everyone seems to know so much. His name's Jesus. Well, actually, I've come to realize his name is actually Yeshua. Because Jesus, the letter J didn't even exist in the Bible. His name's Yeshua. There's no power in the name Jesus. It's the power in the name Yeshua. And he said, and this is what he said, you'll know them by their fruits. Yeah. That's all we need to know. You'll know them by their fruits. When you're out and about, when you're out in society, when you're out, at work, when you're at your kids' sporting events, you have to start looking at people and saying, forget what their social standing is. I don't care how much money, what car they drive. I don't care what they offer you in life. If they're your freaking boss, your pastor, I don't care who they are. You will know them by their fruits. Look at their fruits. Look at their fruits. Look at their relationships with their kids. Is it real or is it fake? You'll know them. And if you start to look at people, the Bible says you'll know them by your fruits. You're going to start identifying, you're going to start realizing a lot of these people that you thought were good, and a lot of these people that were bad were good. And that's our journey right here, guys, to know the truth, to be aware, to be sober, to be vigilant. If you're eating a bunch of junk food right now, man, you're just destroying yourself. This is going to make it much more tough for you. I would recommend staying away from fast foods. I would recommend staying away from alcohol. I would recommend trying to stay away from thing that that's going to load you down and weigh you down. I would stay away from porks and hot dogs and like really processed foods, and get some fruits in your body, because right now we are getting downloads and our world is changing significantly right now, and you play a huge part just by being Allow these downloads. Go outside, ground yourself in the nature, take a walk. These are all things. Pretty soon, you're going to start remembering things that it's going to be unbelievable. You have talents and gifts this world needs that you don't even know. You have no clue. Many people that are watching this right now, you think you know what you're going to be doing in life. You think you know your plans. You think you have everything all figured out. You have no idea. Because the world is going to change so much. Everything that we see right here, right now, it's going to be so changed in the near future. We won't even, your calling is still being produced if you're letting it. The hardest part of just look like you're in college right now, guys. You're in training, man. You are in school. You are learning to be a chosen elect. You are learning to be the light of this world. And so if you have to read some Bible, read some Bible. If you have to, get in, or read some ancient texts, read some ancient texts. Start scrolling through things that are going to feed your soul, not suck the energy from your soul. Stay away from negative energy. Stay away from negative news. Find some truth, but make sure the truth you're getting isn't from these wacko weirdos that are part of the Matrix themselves, guys. Come on, let's just wake up, all right? Let's just wake up. Wake up.